All right, welcome back. Here's to you for tuning in on this terrific Tuesday. I hit the mother lode yesterday. I found a place where they have stacks as high as you could see of only black cherry White Claws, which is nice. You know what I mean? You can get the whole 12-pack now of the black cherries, which is good. Just picked up a couple more this morning, replenished, because yesterday I hit a few down pretty hard. But you know what? I was talking to my buddy last night, who I used to socialize with a lot. We used to like to go out to dinner and go out for drinks afterwards. And he said to me, JT, we used to go out drinking a couple nights a week, have dinner and drinks and stuff. Are you drinking more or less now? And I said, absolutely less. I'm not like a big home drinker. Like, I don't come home at night and then pour myself a big glass of bourbon. Now that it's hot out, I've been drinking a few White Claws. Of course, every day on Liquid Lunch, I have a few cocktails. That's kind of part of the gag here. But, you know, a lot of people seem to be drinking more. And I think the reason is this world we're living in is getting crazier by the minute. Right next door in the Garden State in New Jersey, I'm going to go on a crazy rant right now because I can't take this crap anymore. Okay? Right next door in the state of New Jersey, casinos can be open. People can go in casinos and they can play cards and they can bet and gamble as long as you have a little plastic screen up in front of you, okay? But a gym who put all their equipment out in the parking lot, it's an open air gym, can't be open. These guys from Attila's Gym in New Jersey, in Bryn Mawr, New Jersey, in Belmar, New Jersey, have been fighting the government in the state of New Jersey, like, why can't we be open? We can be safe, we have insurance, we're doing it outdoors, okay? I talked to you last week about these homeowners in St. Louis who were besieged by rioters and protesters. They broke down the gate, broke into their yard. These people came out with licensed guns. Some crazy prosecutor in St. Louis actually confiscated their guns and arrested them and charged them for menacing the protesters, okay? We have protests going on in blue states and blue cities all around the country. No one's getting arrested. Bill Barr is testifying before the House Judiciary Committee today on policies of the federal government protecting federal landmarks and stuff, okay? And the liberal mayors have basically instructed their police forces to stand down. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is out there saying, defund the police. Oh, you defunded them $1 billion. That's not enough. Prosecutors, like here in New York City, Cyrus Vance, probably one of the most corrupt DA's offices with, you know, fraud, all kinds of bad stuff goes on in this DA's office. And the rioters and the protesters who are hitting cops off the head with bricks, they're not getting prosecuted, okay? But the gym owners in New Jersey were arrested yesterday for obstruction and violating the order of the governor. They were actually arrested. So protesters, not arrested. Business owners trying to fight for their life, arrested, okay? And, you know, I've been through the whole thing with the food family, you know, the Eskimo pie, the Land O'Lakes, all this other stuff. This is gone. Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, the food family is getting decimated like most families did from COVID. Our food family is getting destroyed by the minute, okay? Mr. Softy had to change his song. I mean, I can go on and on. But here's where I really need a drink, okay? Mayor Warren Wilhelm, a.k.a. Bill DeBlasio. His real name is Warren Wilhelm. I say this every day, but for new viewers who are watching, Bill DeBlasio's real name is Warren Wilhelm. Bill DeBlasio is a fake name. It's a name he made up for himself, okay? It's not his name. He's our mayor. He's a clown. He's a progressive as they get. He's an admitted progressive. He told us that right off the bat coming into this thing. But he announced yesterday that he pledged to re-examine the official seal of New York City over its depiction of a Native American in a loincloth and an early settler holding a rope with a loop on the end. Okay? Now let's take a look at that. Jess, we got a picture of this is the New York City seal. Okay? I blew it up a little bit. Now, Mayor DeBlasio, Mayor Wilhelm, I should say, says this is the kind of thing a commission should look carefully at and decide if it still makes sense in the 21st century. So we're taking a look at the seal and wondering how relevant it is these days. Leave it up, Jess. The rope the settler holds is identified as an old tool called a plummet. This is something that you drop in the water to see how deep the water is somewhere. It's not a noose. It's not in a NASCAR garage. It's a plummet, okay? And DeBlasio says, look, I mean, it says 1625 right there on it. It's 2020. It's a different time. We should think about all our symbols, and I think that's a healthy thing to do. Now, you're actually saying, if you look at this and you understand art, I like art. I like to understand art. You got the eagle up there. That's a symbol of America, liberty, freedom, okay? You have a Dutch settler there, obviously, who's a sailor, and he has a tool they use to measure the water. And then right there, like hand in hand, behind the same shield, is an indigenous Indian, obviously. He has his bow. He looks like he's in a very positive position of strength. There's a windmill on there. And I don't see anything there that's offensive. I mean, maybe they're going to put this Indian in a nursing home. Or maybe they're going to put this Indian in a nursing home with the Land O'Lakes butter girl. I don't know. Maybe you could take down the... all right. When you give me the time, you could just give me the time. You don't have to both keep doing it multiple times because my eyes get distracted when they look over there. Anyhow, my team's doing a wonderful job. I'm just, not great at staying eye contact with the audience. But I think this is absolutely crazy. And the Indian is called Sinister, an Indian of Manhattan. And he has 2 eagle feathers on. He's clutching a bow. Number one, leave our Indians alone. Okay, we made a commercial deal with the Indians where we bought the land for $24 in a song, but there was a deal. No one came in and slaughtered the Indians. They made a deal. And we bought the place. And to still have it on the seal shows that we worked hand in hand with the people. So, DeBlasio, get your hands off our old symbols and leave us alone. And then finally, in my final minute here, if you want to talk about how crazy we are in this double standard of New York right now, where we are in New York City, if you're a business owner, you're dying. And across the country, if you're in a blue city or a blue state, you're dying. But Governor Cuomo announced yesterday, in the middle of a lockdown where bars and restaurants can't open, no indoor dining, businesses are dying. This comes out yesterday. This is what he says yesterday. King Cuomo allowing the MTV Music Awards to go on, but he's not allowing the family of 9/11 victims to speak at the memorial ceremony. Okay? So think about this. Rich, black, music industry folks, and white, but MTV, a lot of the great stars we have are African American, the rappers, the hip hop artists and everything, okay? They're allowed to have a big awards ceremony right here in New York City. But the thousands of people that died on 9/11 from a terrorist attack can't have their families get together and speak on their behalf, which has become a tradition of 9/11. It's horrible, it's gross, and Cuomo and DeBlasio should take a long walk on a short pier till both their hats float. Quick break, come back right after this.